They used to call Elmer T. Grigsby the Possum King of Pine Hollow, till one night he went hunting something too big for his britches, and came back a whole lot itchier, and maybe just a little bit wiser. Now I reckon if you ever spent a spell down round Pine Hollow way, you done heard of Elmer T. Grigsby. Fella had a beard so wild birds tried nesting in it, and boots older'n some of the trees he stomped through. Folks called him the Possum King on account of how he could catch them critters quicker than you could say lickety-split. Wasn't a soul in 3 counties could match Elmer at it. He'd stroll into town some days, burlap sack wiggling something fierce, grinning like a possum eating sweet taters, boasting how he'd caught a dozen before breakfast and 2 more on the walk-in. Folks clapped him on the back and bought him jugs of cider and rounds at Daisy Mae's Tavern, and Elmer lapped it up like a hound at a Sunday picnic. Thing was, all that praise swelled up in Elmer like a tick on a June hound. Started strutting around like he was too good to spit. Got it in his fool head he needed to catch something real special to keep folks hollering his name. Something legendary. Word had it, an old albino possum haunted the crumbling Miller farm way back yonder, in the hollow where even the crows didn't fly no more. Folks said it weren't natural. Eyes like little coals, fur white as snow. They said catching it would make a man famous. Elmer couldn't resist. Figured that critter was his destiny. So one night when the mist rolled in thick and heavy as molasses, he packed his net, a lantern, and a jug for courage, and set off into them woods, whistling like he owned the place. He found the Miller place easy enough. Just follow the smell of damp rot and bad decisions. There, sitting right on the porch railing like it was waiting on him, was that ghostly possum, eyes blinking slow, staring him down. Elmer crept up real careful like, heart pounding in his ears louder than a church bell. Right as he swung that net, bam! He tripped over an old busted churn, twisted his ankle something awful, and face-planted straight into a hornet nest tucked under the porch. You ain't never heard a man holler like Elmer did that night. Hornets lit him up from head to toe, and he ran hooting and hollering blind through them woods, falling in brambles, rolling through poison ivy, smacking into every tree like he was dancing with 'em. Took him 2 days to limp home, looking like he'd been dragged backward through a briar patch and half-cooked besides. Folks laughed a mighty laugh when they saw him. And Elmer, well, he laughed too after a spell, but he didn't brag so loud after that. He still caught possum, sure enough, but he'd pass 'em off to young'uns or share 'em with old Widow Jenkins, who couldn't hunt no more. He took to teaching the little ones how to set traps proper, and told 'em stories of the one that got away. When folks asked why he never went after that white possum again, Elmer just smiled real slow and said, "Some prizes ain't worth the itch." After that, folks said Elmer was a different kind of king, the quiet kind, the kind folks listened to more'n they cheered. And every now and again, on misty nights when the woods hum low, some say you can still see that albino possum sitting on the old Miller porch, staring out at Pine Hollow, waiting for the next fool full of pride to come stumbling his way.